if you want to support the show, any of the shows, either this or whichever show, I'm not on right now because this is just a blanket ad for all of them, and the website, you can go to bewareofspoilers.com. In the description for any of the episodes of Beware of Spoilers, there is the option to donate. If you don't want to donate that way, you can donate directly through the website. We do have that, mwpnews.com. And if you don't want to support that way, then going to mwpnews.com will help out because we have ads there. We don't want to keep it, where there's a lot of ads. There's a few ads. But the point is we want to make it so that way, we can sustain this for the long term. If people donate, we're never going to paywall anything, I don't think, as of right now. But if people start donating, we'll start doing cooler and cooler stuff. Like donations are how we get to cover stuff like Tribeca and other, film festivals. And, we may be able to bring on more people to help out. So if you want to help out the show and you want more content from us, by all means, even just going and giving us a 5-star rating on Spotify helps out a lot. But that's it. That's the only ad we'll have on the podcast ever. But here's whatever podcast you're going to be listening to. Test. Okay, we're good. And good evening, and welcome to Beware of Spoilers. I am Adam. On this, it's fucking hot now. It's June. I'm tired. Ooh, can't do that. That's way too loud. We're here today to talk about the new episode of My Adventures with Superman, the Adult Swim anime-inspired take on the Superman, I guess, myth, legend, use whatever word you want. You get the point. This episode is, I think that I can kind of telegraph where we're going from here on out. I can see where this show is going and what the general overarching plan is. Based on this episode, and the reason for that is I think that we're at a point where this is going to be what's it called? How do I put this? We're careening towards Lex being a huge force. And a huge antagonist against Superman. And in that way, it's like he's slowly gathering the pieces needed for his suit that he's going to fight Superman in. And that's going to be where this season ends off. This new episode had, Silas Stone and John Henry, and it's another one where they're building these suits to protect Metropolis from aliens and metahuman threats, and goes awry because that's what happens. And when it goes awry, it ends badly, for people. So Superman's got to stop these exosuits being built, the Metallo program, and what they end up doing is, John Henry has to, get into the suit, and you get John Henry irons, and I was like, this is fantastic. The action sequences are great. And then when Lex buys it out at the end, it's like, oh, okay, so Lex is just getting the pieces for, what he wants to do, which is, build a suit to fight Superman. And it's cool. I also really appreciated the subplot with Lois this episode, and I think they're doing a good job of taking Lois and Clark and separating them enough where they can't have the fundamental conversation that they need to regarding Clark and the Beacon. And I think that's a great way to handle this, this situation, because it is a serious problem that needs to be addressed. The the other part of this that I really appreciated was, and then ending off with Vicky offering the job to Lois, that like, hey, come to the Gotham Gazette, we think you could do great work there, and having her have to grapple with that is an interesting character development too. I think that the rivalry between Vicky and between Vicky and Vicky and Lois was very interesting. I think it was handled well, and it provided for some good, serious moments, but not, like comedic, but not, entirely, without its without the gravitas of what they're dealing with. I think that was all very well executed as well. The action sequences continue to be great. The little Cyborg tease was really cool, where it's like the episode opens with Superman rescuing Silas Stone, and him being like, oh, well, thank God my son wasn't home. Imagine if he was, what could happen to him? Because his son is Cyborg, and this is great because it feels like a new take on the DC universe, yet at the same time, it feels like a DC universe profoundly lived in the world that we are familiar with. And I'm very interested to see where they continue, if they grow that out with more Justice League or Justice Society members in the future. What else have we got? I think that's all I got this week. Yeah, I'm tired. So we'll wrap up there for today. Tomorrow morning we have The Acolyte. Thursday we have Bad Boys for Life. And we got a few other things. We'll wrap up there for today, and until our next episode, have a great rest of your week.